probably about 10 years ago, there was a puzzling realignment that began to occur in which values that I think we had traditionally associated with the left, values like free speech, civil liberties, anti-censorship, anti-war, that these values suddenly seemed to be shifting. And not only were they shifting, but there was a kind of an instantaneous retelling of history in which they were never really a part of the package to begin with. And institutions that had been viewed with great suspicion, intelligence agencies, certain corporate institutions, certain government institutions, were suddenly sort of brought to the forefront of what should be the institutions that we trust the most, that we align ourselves with the most. And it seemed like a lot of people were not really struggling with this sort of new memo that showed up about what we were now supposed to believe. And I think both of us and a lot of other people did struggle with it because we firmly held to those ideas. And so we suddenly found ourselves at odds with our sort of historic tribe. And some people have responded to that by sort of going to the other side. Some have been essentially pushed to the other side, because if you reject your own tribe, the first thing that's going to happen, as pretty much always happens in tribal politics since the dawn of man, is that you're going to get excoriated and pushed out and accused of being the other. And so that certainly happened as well, where all of a sudden, it's like the defense of free speech or objecting to censorship is something that can get you called far right, right? It's very confusing. And, it left, I think, from our conversations that we've already had, left us both feeling very confused and mystified. And I just found that once I let go of my conviction that there was such a thing as a stable left philosophy and right philosophy that were consistent over time, and instead realized that they were essentially a story that we tell ourselves about two factions of American empire, everything started to make a lot more sense.